Hi, this is Lee from the Bar Exam Toolbox and the Law School Toolbox. Welcome back. 'Tis the season for bar results. So in today's podcast, we're sharing common questions we receive from bar takers seeking advice about studying again. Okay, well, we have to do something special for our California listeners. The California bar experiment here is happening. So the question I'm getting from California bar takers, which I'm sure you're getting too, is should I take the February 2025 bar exam despite all of this uncertainty? So for those of you who are not aware, California has kind of gone rogue and they have decided to hire Kaplan Bar Review to write MBE-like questions that hopefully won't infringe copyrights and give a slightly different bar exam that will be taken remotely and at these testing centers. And there's been a lot of chaos. We've got a really fun YouTube series on it if you want to watch that. But the initial kind of testing of these questions where students were allowed to come do what they called the California Bar Experiment, where they sat down for 90 minutes and took sample multiple choice questions. That's happened. And the reports are that the test wasn't significantly different from the MBE. I'm sure the NCB would love to hear that.
Don't quote us on that.
Don't quote us on that. If you're listening from the NCBE, I can't, I was not there. I did not take the test,
hearsay.
But it's all hearsay. But, alas. There's a lot of uncertainty and it feels yucky to those who are sitting for the February bar because it's going to be the first time that they're using these test centers. It's going to be the first time that they are taking it remotely outside of COVID. There's interesting questions that still feel open. Like, what does this virtual scratch paper look like? There's even some mention of possible whiteboards on the FAQs, but we're still working on getting the full answer about that. I mean, there's still just a lot of uncertainty, and it makes it scary to study for this test. However, I still think that people should take it.
I mean, I go back to what we were saying in the days of COVID when things were being postponed and same thing. We didn't know what was happening. Somebody's going to pass the test. Probably roughly the same percentage of people who always pass the test are probably going to pass this test. So if you can set yourself up to be one of those people and everyone around you is freaking out. I mean, I talked to someone yesterday. It was like, maybe it's an advantage. Like maybe they'll, pass more people because it's so chaotic. I was like, that could happen. I don't know.
Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to fail 100% of the people because they're giving it at a remote test center. That's just not going to happen. So, I think if there's a reason for you to sit for the test, then prepare for the test as if it's the normal test. Like, do whatever you need to do. If you have to take notes on a whiteboard instead of a piece of paper, okay, you can probably live with that. These are things that if you take, I mean, the one thing I guess interesting is probably you're not going to be doing the MBE-ish part by hand.
Right. I don't know what we call it anymore.
Yeah, the XMB. Yeah, so basically, you might want to, again, okay, if that's the case, but not a problem. You could just practice with AdaptBar or UWorld. You're taking them on the test. Most people are actually more concerned about going the other way now where they have to go from the, screen option to pen and paper, pencil and paper. So those are minor details, I think.
Yeah. Everyone's in the same boat.
Right.
Nobody sitting for this test is going to have sat for this exact test under these exact same conditions. Never. So you're all doing it together. Yes, are you part of a bit of an experiment? You are, but the Cal Bar is going to pass people because that's their job. And so you do the best that you can. The chips will fall where they may. And if you don't pass, then you can tell people that you are part of this wacky February 2025 bar exam experimental type section, and everyone will say, yeah, I bet that was kind of wild. Weird. And then years from now, nobody will ask you what bar you sat for, and then you'll just be licensed, and it won't even matter.
Right, and I was even just thinking now, because they have no way to scale the MBE against any other set of people. Like normally, if you're taking the MBE, that's going to be scaled across the whole country. You have a lot of data to work with. They basically just have to set point and be like, okay, well, the 70 percentile person got this many questions right, so that's now our scale.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. They have they can't do anything else. So it's not actually, I mean, if everyone does worse, I mean, you're not going to be downgraded for that because they're still going to have to pass basically the same amount of people. They have nothing else to scale against.
Yeah. it's just all very concerning. So if you're listening to this and you're not in California, just be thankful.
Be happy
that you are not trying to pass the California bar. And if you are in California, well, we're all in it together. So we're doing the best we can. And you can continue to, get updates from us as we try and figure out what's happening so we can help our students prepare. But I think for now, the best thing to do is just prepare for the test as you have been preparing. And just remember that you are not alone. Everyone's in this together.
Yeah, I would say just don't psych yourself out. Do your preparation, go in, give it your best shot, and you might get a little score boost at the end.
That's right. Well, I think those are our top questions. Do you have any final thoughts before we wrap up?
No, I'm good. I mean, I feel like, we say the same thing a lot. We get a lot of the same questions. So hopefully this has been helpful to people and will help you as you move forward and try to make some decisions. And, we're always happy to help. You can reach out, set up a free call, and we'll walk through your personal situation and perhaps answer some of these same questions for you.
It's true. We could reference back to the podcast. Well, thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe, give us a like, and leave us a comment. And check back for future updates on preparing for the bar. Thanks for watching.